The Lazy King. Once upon a time, there was a king who was very lazy. He used to just lie on his bed all day. His royal attendants would bathe him, clothe him, and even feed him. Thus, only eating and sleeping made him fat. So fat that he could not move around by himself. Naturally, he fell sick and doctors were called to treat him. The doctors tried their best but could not cure him. One day, the king's minister met a wise sage on the outskirts of the city. When the sage came to know that the king was unwell, he told the minister that he would try to cure the king. On hearing this, the minister's face brightened. The sage visited the sick king, checked his body, and told him that his problem was nothing serious. He asked the king to come walking to his hut for the treatment on the next day. After many years, the king came outside to walk in the open air with his ministers and attendants. The sage's hut was on a small hillock at a distance from the palace. By the time the king reached the hut, he was breathless, sweating, and uncomfortable. The sage was standing outside the hut, observing the king. He offered some cool water for the king to feel better. Then he brought an iron ball the size of a football and gave it to the attendants. He told the king that every morning and evening he had to roll that ball in the palace grounds without any help. The king thanked the sage and left. After 15 days, when the sage came to the palace to meet the king, he had lost considerable amount of weight, was feeling much better and was active. All the sickness had finally disappeared. The king was very happy to regain his lost health. The king realized that despite all his wealth and power, he was not happy as he was unhealthy. And his laziness was the main cause of his ill health. He vowed that he would not be lazy henceforth and stay fit at all times. The moral of the story is health is wealth.